11 walks. Is that pretty much the story for you?
Yeah, I mean, they had 4 or 5, didn't they? It's a lot of walks. You know, it's I know why Wade's having a little trouble with gripping the ball. I'm sure Sabathia had some of it, but that's not an excuse I'm sure he would use. That's one of his fortes, is his command. So that'll get better. That's another thing that we're constantly talking about, doing something that helps the pitchers this time of year grip the ball. You tell both guys were struggling with it, but, you know, humidity will pick up some, and we'll wait again to do something about it.
Sorry. What do you think was going on with Darren?
Pardon?
What do you think was going on with Darren?
You know, he's struggling a little bit to find his step early on. You know, he had that flu and set him back, and he, you know, he'll work his way through it. He'll be fine. He just barely missing, and, you know, a guy with his approach and repertoire depends on that, and, you know, getting some counts in his favor and expanding the zone, and, you know, you go back through it. I know I was talking to some of the guys with the video after, said y'all saw it, he was barely missing. Physically, arm-wise, he feels fine, as far as I know, but he, yeah, you want to use the excuse. I think he's still fighting through that, some of that flu. Anybody that's had the strain that's going around, I mean, there's remnants of there for a long time. It's tough. But, you know, we knew coming the game that we weren't going to use Britton or Brock or Drake, so we knew that there were going to be some need out of the bullpen. We're hoping that Wade could get a little further in the game.
Considering that you had to use the bullpen for 14 innings this weekend, do you feel fortunate that you got 2 out of 3?
Oh, I don't know about fortunate. We used them to win baseball games. That's what we did. You know, but at some point you got to say that's enough, because you're going to pay that piper if you run Brock and Britton, and the other guys are capable of doing the job. Mike's capable. Just hung a breaking ball to Judge, and but he made some good pitches there. You know, I got Nuno finally in the game. Wanted to do that before we left on this trip. So, you know, we're positioned to go forward. We had a really good homestand, and we'll take the show on the road.
Wait, it's not very often you see a guy walk 7 and not give up a run. I mean, how was he able to do that?
Well, I'm not going to say, well, he made pitches when he had to, but, you know, stuff was fine. Where he was a week or 2 ago, you know, he's fighting the stuff that Darren's had, and really about 10 or 12 of our guys, and other teams have been, we may have been fortunate in some other ones, but knock on wood, we still may get hit again with it. But it's one of the challenges of playing the big leagues. When one guy gets it, a lot of people are going to get something. You know, we're such close quarters, as many precautions you take. But, you know, it's uncharacteristic of Wade, and but it's a tribute to him that he came out of the game 3-0, and you know, I'll take that.
Can you look at some of the short outings, long pitch count, and high pitch counts, and say, well, it's April, and, you know, these guys are still finding their way, or is that not even acceptable now?
Well, we don't win a game, it's not acceptable, period. But, you know, we you know, if you don't compare with what's going on in baseball, it's always tough, it seems like, for guys to get going, you know. But, you know, we won 4 out of 5 games, and we pitched well for the most part. So to sit here and critique and say something was totally amiss, I don't buy that.
When you talk about, though, I think yesterday you said how hard it is to get pitchers, like relievers, into a groove this early in the season. You want to go to them. Do you look at the total package that you got? You know,
yeah, but, you know,
for 4 games,
pardon?
You used the bullpen for 4 games, you got 4 wins out of it, and then...
Yeah, that's what we're, and then you, but it's not like we're running out people today that can't do the job. Tyler was a pitch away, and, you know, I feel good after 5 games that we've gotten everybody kind of into the flow a little bit, and they'll seek their level, which is pretty good as we go forward. And I think this road trip, you know, they get a day off tomorrow, so that means Brad and Zach and Oliver get 2 days off. That's what we wanted to do today going into the game. But takes some strong constitution not to use those guys. But, you know, Darren's one of those guys. Mike's one of those guys. Donnie Hart's one of those guys. Nuno and Willie are one of those guys. You know, we don't separate them. They all got a job to do for us to be as good as we're capable of being, because you're not going to get a 7, 8, 9 inning start every night. Even teams that are projected to have these great rotations don't get it.